meant the European Egypt. Cam, which means Egypt. Camelot. You see what I'm saying? The Camelot, which means that Camelot, which means black lot of Europe. And they worship the Holy Grail that is dealing with the black dot, the cup of the Holy Blood, Holy Grail. In the blood is the blood of kings and queens, in the blood of Christ. And Christ is the anointed one, which Christ comes from Christos, and anointed ones come from the anointed oil, the olive oil and the black oil, which the black oil has, which the black olive and a green olive. Both of them have melanin. You have the green. Melanin is in all your plant life. Melanin is also in the black olive, which is talking about the Mount of Olives or the anointed one. This means black people. Christ means you. He's the anointed one. We're anointed with what? Anointed with the oil. Oil, the original oil is crude oil, which has carbon. You bet somebody give me some water so I spit up the place. Whenever you get a chance. Which has carbon, and carbon means melanin. Check. So Camelot and all that was set up by the Moors. They'll tell you the Sufis set it up. Sufi is another word that means wool. Woolly head, Sufi, which means Moors. So the white boys will give you a jump and they'll tell you all this Sufism, which means the Moors. One of the best books on that, you get a lot of Sufi books, they have a lot of more of an inspirational and poetic. That's because the Sufis won't give out the real stuff. If you want to get a real book on Sufism, you get the book The People of the Secret. People with the Secret, or People of the Secret by Ernest Scott. People of the Secret by Ernest Scott. That's the one. You see, and they talk about the wooden ones, the Sufi, the Moors, that set up that whole thing in Europe. Check. All right. Yeah, we do that. Okay. All right. Now, let's deal with some things on the hard copy, where we do the hard copy at first. You know, that's what's happening. First of all, we'll go deep in this and all. Since the 1940s, Hitler's goal was to make a master race, which the Pleiadians gave them the element and gave them the information, or gave them the knowledge of cloning. And since then, they have been cloning people, but they learned how to clone black people in 1983 after the Atlanta child murders. They learned how to clone, and a clone is a robot that's identical. Now, there's two kinds of clones. Most of the black people are cloned by walk-ins. It's a spirit just come in and walk in your body. Although you're still living, they give you their thoughts and make you think that they're your own. You see what I'm saying? Make you think that they're your own. Now, you've had carjackings in the last week. The carjackings is nothing but a government set up where they have these clones that is also being controlled by a satellite that just randomly just cut on and go and just kill up people. They had a whole group of that going on in Washington, D.C. Remember that? Going on in Washington, D.C. Now they had the same thing here, all to try to make this the #1 murder capital of the United States. Now, you got to be an idiot to think that Atlanta, Georgia is the #1 murder capital. Hell, I live on Cascade. I live on Cascade, and I live up near the Croker area, and I walk the streets night and day, and I'm still looking for this doggone war zone that they're talking about. It's all propaganda. See, the key is to take incidents and put them all on the news. And hell, if you got a city with damn near millions of people in this city, and they go and take isolated incidents and pile them all up on one news segment, you would think there's a lot of crime going on too. You see? But based on the per capita of all the people that's here, if it was a crime, if it was a real crime, they would have to have 2 or 3 hours with just nothing of crime. But they showing you 1, 2 isolated incidents. And you thinking that if the streets ain't safe. All propaganda. You live here. I've been here since I've been here 10 years. And I'm yet to see a mass gang warfare like the Crips in the Blood. I don't see this thing. I don't see these gangs, but they saying there's so many thousands of gangs operating in Atlanta. But they can come on TV and lie to you, and you believe all this stuff. So they got this whole clone thing going on where they can just tap in and they can randomly come and just shoot up the place. You know it's got to be. Now, wait a minute. Now, let's look at this. One man goes and steals a car. You see what I'm saying? And comes back, a couple hours later and steal another car and he killed both people? Most people will give you their damn car if you put a gun in their face. Why you got to shoot them in the head? You see what I'm saying? They learn how to clone, and a clone is a robot that's identical. Now, there's two kinds of clones. Most of the black people are cloned by walk-ins. It's a